Hey guys, it's me, Lex here. I know it's been a while. Life has been really crazy. I've been trying to do so much stuff, and sometimes the YouTube stuff does not come first. And I'm trying to do better now that it's almost summer. I'm trying to do better because I really believe in my YouTube pages and I really want them to be successful. So I know I have to keep making content so it can be out there. But how are you? Do I look different yet? Do I look skinnier? I've been working out. But anyway, this is going to be a very random video. Or just, I guess it's a long ass rant about facts, true actual facts that I've been saving. Because I'm like, alright, I have so much more stuff I want to talk about. So much more stuff I want to do. But let me just address the stuff that I already have on my page. So I've been saving things, and we're going to talk about a lot of shit here. We're going to talk about black, maybe not the word black, because I was speaking to a Donnie, and she was telling me that the word black holds our people back, and maybe she is right. Maybe it's very confusing, but I would rather use black than use African American any day. So people keep telling me that it's not about race, it's about the system that's the enemy. Yet, white men are 31% of America, 66% of police officers, 95% prosecutors, and 65% of all elected officials. Okay? And we're not talking about other races such as Asian and whatever, Arab. So they're making up most of the system that we happen to be 90-something% of. Isn't that crazy? You know what else is crazy to me? They can find these 18th century Spanish ships, shipwrecks, 500-year-old pirate ships, but not one slave ship from 300 years ago. They find ships from thousands of years ago, but they can't find a slave ship. People keep saying they are slave ships. They just don't show them. And I don't know if you watched The Bachelorette. I do not watch The Bachelorette, but I heard about the story with T. Mario, I think that's his name. So basically, he had sex with a woman, a white woman. He's a black man. And let me show you a picture of them so you could just paint the picture of the little blonde, blue-eyed Becky who needs the world to save her from the big black man. So they had sex. Her name is Corinne Olympias. She must be Italian. And so her family saw the sex tape with Tamario. So after the family confronts her on the sex tape, she then says she was drugged and raped. So this is a sex tape that's not just me and, getting it in. It's like a whole crew. It's like a cameraman, lighting, audio. So you trying to tell me that the whole set of production, cameras, crew, lighting, specialists, and stylists, watch her get raped? Even when the male and female witnesses came forward saying that she did not get raped and she was lying, he's still facing imprisonment. If I was a white blonde woman for one day, I would rob a bank. I swear to God I would. Because they get away with everything. And it's just making me tight that they get away with so much. Europeans created this out of Africa theory in the 1800s because they could not explain hundreds of millions of native people living in America that look like me, that look like you, and all different color tones in between their hair types. They couldn't explain this. So they also invented niggas by testing their own shit on their own people. Don't forget that Europe is a history of savages. And before they did what they did to the Native Americans, the black people, they did this to their own people. So they tested out how to be dickheads and how to make people suffer and make them be listen to you and follow your rules and their own people. Don't forget about indentured servants and shit before that. I don't know if a lot of you heard this story, and it makes me at a loss for words. It's Carteret, New Jersey Police Department. They tried to kill this boy, and they don't think nothing is going to happen just because he's black. And I'm going to show you how they beat the crap out this boy. Look at this boy's face. I think he's in a coma. You know what he got stopped for? Guess. because they wanted to ask him a question. They felt he was being too lippy, so they beat his ass, and then they found out he didn't do nothing wrong. And this is a teenage boy. So how many times are you going to let the cops come into our communities and just fuck with our people and then go back to their communities and where no one gets fucked with? And the kids are doing the same shit, possibly worse. We can't keep doing rest in peace and hashtag Eric Gardner, and then 2 months later, Beyonce has twins and we all forget about, the struggle. Are you stupid? Anyway, in France, the court ruled that native white French do not exist. So all the white people who said they were native to France, let me show you how French people really look. How people of France originally look. So they ruled that no white person can say they are native to France, meaning that you're not indigenous to this land. You are a foreigner. And they ruled that. When is America going to do that for us? You think they would ever do that for us? I'm trying to be in a good mood and talk about this stuff, but it's kind of difficult sometimes. So I'm trying to be light of it. It might be a little all over the place because I've been saving stuff for so long, Did you know that Australia was inhabited by indigenous people for over 50,000 years before the British came? I don't know if you ever see these little guys. They're always like trying to show them off, and like right now they like hella in their culture, hella in their business, trying to expose them. I think they're trying to get rid of them. They live in the bush, and they live there, and they have no genetic ties to Africa, but they look like me and you. So I guess every black person in the world is just not from Africa. And I'm just getting sad because I feel like the world has people scared to speak on things that's right because it won't sound right. Like when I first started doing YouTube videos, I was really scared to say certain things because I didn't want no one to be offended by the things I said or be hurt by the things I said. Now I look at it as like, it's the fucking truth. And if you're offended by the truth, he wasn't really my friend anyway. He wasn't really on my side anyway. You didn't really care what I thought anyway. I'm not going to walk around here faking and smiling and acting like everything is okay just because it might hurt someone's feelings or it might change people's perspective on me or it might make people see things that they didn't want to see or they don't want to face. It's just not even worth it. This guy said that he had a conversation with a white man who told him that black men treat their women the way white men treat black men. Isn't that crazy? This morning my boyfriend's telling me that his coworker was telling him that he only dates, ever since he stopped dating black women, his life been better. Because every other Asian women and white women are submissive. And why are you trying to say something? Like, why are you telling me this? Like, I'm not gonna, my hair look a little stuck together. I just got to work a little early. I'm not gonna be like, come here, here's your slippers. I don't mind doing that sometimes, but every day I'm not doing that. Don't forget, I'm also out there working. I'm also out there helping. I'm also out there getting it. And I can't be running around here worrying about how you want. I don't even know what submissive is because I feel like I pretty much do cater to my boyfriend. Like I bring him food and I cook and I do all types of stuff. So I don't know what he was trying to say, but what he was saying was bullshit. And the way black men treat black women is crazy. Even the white men say you treat them worse. You treat them worse than how we treat you. If you face each day with joy and openly welcome your lessons, however they show up, the bitter, the sweet, you'll begin to grow into eldership with grace and beauty. And Grandma Mountain Eagle Woman said that. She died in 2002. Let me just show you this elder. She's an Indian elder. And the reason I say that is because I feel that we out here all looking for this fast, fun lifestyle. This fast, fun lifestyle is not bringing us no happiness. You know why? Because it's not what we really need. But the thing that's important is the basic, simple things. And I'm tired of people arguing with me about hair type, talking about, oh, your hair says you're black or your hair says you're not black. Let me show you some woolly hair. So, look at these people. They're both indigenous. One has straight hair, one has curly hair. Look at this woman. Both indigenous. One has straight hair, one has curly hair. Look at these two American Indians, well, natives. One has curly hair, and one has straight hair. Oh, look at this Asian woman. Look at her and her daughter, and she's full Asian before you say her father's black. One has straight hair, one has curly hair. Hair texture has nothing to do with your identity, your culture, your beliefs, your religion. Please stop coming at me with that dumb shit. And this man said that it's indisputable that in very ancient times the Negro race occupied our territory in the world. What's his name? Vientre Varela Pastelino. He's a historian from 1870. And if they hear you speaking this, they'll like beat your brains out. It's just scary. So here's an Indian lobbyist standing next to the chief in the poster. So look at the Indian lobbyist. You see she is of Caucasian persuasion. And look at the chief in the picture she's standing next to. And that's her chief of her tribe. And he's a black man. And then they have a post. It says, Black Indians getting written out of history. And the process of becoming politically correct in history books is becoming a process that will eventually write Black Indians out of history. Case in point, current historians record that in 1619, the first American African slaves arrived at the shores of Virginia. However, if you read the original report, the word African is not used. The report says that 20 and odd Negroes, and again, you must remember that in 1600, Negro was a term that was being used for Indians. By changing Negro to African, we would now assume that these slaves were from Africa, when in actuality, these slaves came from the America, West Indies, where thousands of indigenous American Indians were enslaved. Today's Negro have become politically incorrect and is being replaced with African American. So you can't say Negro now because it's rude. But Negro meant before it was for mostly indigenous Indians. However, not all Negroes were African. Many were Native American. If we continue to allow history books to change the word Negro to African American, Black Indians will eventually fade into non-existence. I think that was the purpose of these word changes. What other race name has been changed so many times? They're trying to wash us out of history, and they're also trying to use us as scapegoats. This man accidentally shot himself, and then he blamed an imaginary black man. His name is Arthur Palamio. He was 20. He accidentally shot himself in the stomach and decided to blame it on a black man who did not exist. He told the police that he tried to sell an old revolver to someone and the potential buyer, a bold black man, refused to pay $100 and shot him in the stomach. The man was taken to the hospital, and the NYPD searched the park and found his revolver. When he was released, he admitted that his revolver and the guy suddenly took off. He was arrested and charged with weapon possession and filed a false police report. Later, he was released on $10,000 bail. And you know, the part that's crazy is this is not the first time this happened. In November, an Ohio woman in her pasture blamed a crash on a non-existent black man who lost control of his vehicle. The two cases were solved, but just imagine how often this happens, and sometimes innocent people go to jail because people want to be assholes. And as soon as you tell the cops it was a black man, they go find one. They go find one, and it was him. And then they sit in jail, and it wasn't him. So I don't know if you watch my video called "Where Did White People Come From?" And in the video, I bring up the works of Dr. Yorkovic. Don't judge me. I'm from New York. I went to school in New York City. Ratchet. So the National Geographic, they approved the teachings of Mr. Yakub. I can't say it. Yakub. Yakub. They proved that Europeans are younger than they thought. They're only about 6,000 years old. And So the genes in Asian European population were altered. Ooh. So the day that Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught that Mr. Yadav began his... Oh, so you're trying to say that his theory may be right, that he may have created white people and they're younger than they actually thought. I just want to give you some indigenous love in your timeline. These are indigenous people from all over the world. America is right here. And we just give you some of this. Let's put in your pipe. Look how happy they look. Like that, even though everyone thinks this lifestyle is like out of whack, they are way happier than we could ever possibly be. So you mean to tell me that 80 to 100 million so-called Native Americans allegedly died in America, all at the hands of Europeans, and that 80 to 100 million Africans allegedly died coming to America as well by Europeans, but Europeans have always been less than 10% of the world's global population. So 10% of the world killed 200 million people. That's dumb. That's real dumb. Let me just show you this crayon. This was the old name of the crayon. And that says Indian red. And they changed the color to chestnut. If you look at it, it's a brownish red. It's kind of like my skin color a little bit, a little darker. Why do you think they did that? In 100 years, that crayon will never be found again. They already changed the name of it. And don't think that the U.S. government didn't help to create. It's a video. I think it's called How the U.S. Government Helped to Create Ghettos and Hoods. All this shit is done on purpose. And then they put the propaganda and the drugs and the guns into communities. Do you think these black kids are out there going to Cuba and shipping these guns here themselves? They are the little men. They're not doing none of that. And I think I told the true story of Pocahontas in one of my videos. I think I'm going to wrap this video up because I feel like I'm doing too much. Let me just share with you the Native American horoscope so you can see what you are. I'm a salmon. I think it's pretty cool. And let me just show you this Native American map of the tribes. These are all the different tribes. This is a Native American map. So you have all the tribes on one map. I don't know why this is not in history books. If anyone wants, I can share this with them if you email me. It's looking like the biggest tribes were like the Blackfoot, the Cree. It seems like a lot of the little tribes kind of disappeared because these tribes I never even heard of on here. And they showing tribes even down here. And this is the South, this is America, even all the way up to Canada. It's like the whole thing. I think I'm done for now. Show you some Native American artwork. Show you how a real Native American house look versus fake Hollywood. Fake Hollywood, real. Fake. I can show you a picture of my dad who looks like a Native American chief. That's my dad. He's also a person who told me I was Native. Look at his hands. I have those same big ass hands. There's my dad. He used to always say that we were Cherokee Indians. He's from down south. He lived in New York, moved back down south where he passed away. And my mom was like a high yellow woman. And I'll stop the video with this little girl who's a black native. And she has her sign. And I'll hold it there so you can read it. I'm gonna let you guys go. This video was very random as hell. And it was all over the place. But I'm just sharing more facts. Alright? I'm usually a little bit more organized. But today is just a little crazy. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I'm not gone too long, and I hope that you still are supportive of this movement. I hope that we could talk about other things, and I hope that you all are doing good out there, and with love. And I'll see you guys next time. Let me just show you. I need to learn how to like make pictures pop up like right here, but since I don't, it'll pop up like this. I hate pictures when I see it like this. These are not African men, these are aborigines to Australia, but I hate seeing pictures like this. It really bothers me. And then it goes, Native Americans lost their history, their land, their culture, and one of the least discussed genocides in the world, the Black American. I just want to show you some more Indigenous people. These are from Australia Indigenous. The reason they have so many images of the Australian Indigenous people is because they're still intact. They can't dispute what cameras, what like the world is seeing, and they became like a tourist destination where people just show up. I just want to show you this woman because I saw her in a YouTube video and I just found her so beautiful, and I hope to look like this one day. I hope to be, and she's so smart when she talks and wise. I hope to be as beautiful as her, and I hope my hair is like gray and curly. I just hope this video is very random. I know, right? Look what our society has come to. Look at the women now in our society. I'm not judging anyone because you become a creature of your environment, but look what our society has done to our women. These women have tattoos of guns on their whole leg. They're half naked, out here dressed like whatever they see on TV. And it's really sad that we lost our culture. And this isn't even people be hating on me in the comments. I told them, have a little laugh moment. I just be like, whatever. Yeah, I know I shared this in a previous post. I have a Facebook friend who is white. She's married to a black man, and she put, if racism didn't exist and we could choose our skin color, what color would you be and why? So I thought I was going to see so much like at white. Every black person wanted to stay the same color, and all the white people chose to be black except for one person who wanted to be pink. Isn't that crazy?